The following game is being played with History Maker Baseball Express, a product of Play Games LLC, copyright 2022, all rights reserved. If you would like to order a copy of History Maker Baseball Express, or if you would like to check out the other products offered from Play Games, please click on the link provided in the description box below. Back to yet another series in this 1927 Yankees Gauntlet Challenge, as we bring you series number 4, as the 2021 Oakland Athletics were chosen to be the opponents for the 1927 Yanks for today's festivities. Currently, the 1927 Yankees coming into the series lead 2-1 in this Gauntlet Challenge. And the current totals after 3 series is the 1927 Yankees with 65 runs scored and 2 points. They are 7-7 heading into play today. And Team MLB has scored 49 runs, and they had earned their first point of the project, and they also have a record of 7-7. So one of these two teams is going to be 8-7 after game 1. And with that being said, your pitching matchup for this for game 1 is going to be Frankie Montas going for the 2021 Oakland A's, and Wadey Hoyt going on the mound for the 1927 Yankees. The starting lineups have been exchanged between umpires and managers at home plate, and Frankie Montas is ready to deliver his first pitch of today's festivities in this series. We welcome you to Game 1 from Oakland County Coliseum, or Rickey Henderson Field, as they would call it, for this stadium, for Game 1 here in Oakland, California. And Montas is ready, so is Earl Combs, and let's get it from the Coliseum. 1, 2, 3. Is Montas a workman pitcher? No. Or struggler pitcher? No, he is not. Is Earl Combs a champion batter? He's a semi-champ, but the decider die says he is. That is going to be a men on base result with a base running adjustment off of the black dice. So with that being said, it would become it would still remain a 3, and we are going to put the runners on first and second here, and we will be referring to my optional men on base narrative chart for first and second. And the decider die was not used. No, it was used. Sorry. It was used for the champion check, so we are going to re-roll the dice and get either dot as back-to-back singles or blank for back-to-back walks. And it will be back-to-back walks for Earl Combs to begin this ball game here in Game 1 of Series 4. And that'll bring up Mark Koenig to roll off of the men on base chart. 1, and I read the black and blue dice for these results, for the mob chart results of a 12. Slugger hits home run. Mark Koenig is not a slugger. He will now get a single and 2 RBI and an RBI, and hence the runners are will advance 2 bases. So at the end of the top of the first, the 1927 Yankees take a 1-0 lead here in the top half of the first, and the 21 Oakland Athletics will be marching up next with Josh Harrison on the mound, or excuse me, stepping up to the plate to take a crack at the 1927 Yankees. Here's Josh Harrison to lead off the bottom half of the first. Two, 4, 6. Is Wadey Hoyt a star pitcher? No, he is not. Is Josh Harrison a champion batter? No, he is not. It's going to be a no runs result with a chance for a solo home run. Josh Harrison does not have home run king or slugger qualities printed on his card, so it's going to end up being a no runs result of 6 blank as the decider die. 2, 4, 6. Star no, champ no. Yeah, so it was not used, so it will be a no runs narrative of 6 blank for Josh Harrison, and that will end the first inning with the score 1927 Yankees 1 and the 2021 A's nothing. We head to the second here at the Coliseum with Babe Ruth to lead it off. 1, 3, 4. Is Montas an ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Babe Ruth a champion batter? Babe Ruth is a semi-champion, but the decider die says he is not. So that is going to end up being a no runs result of 1 dot to end the top half of the second. Hope everyone had a good opening day yesterday. Hope your team won. And let's get to it with the bottom half of the second and Starling Marte to lead things off. 1-1-2. Is Wadey Hoyt an ace pitcher? He's a semi-ace. The decider die says he is not an ace. Is Marte a sad sack batter? No, he is not. So that means it's going to be an RBI question mark result. So a possibility of an RBI, and we will re-roll the decider die. And before I do, a little thing on the ace quality, again, for those of you that are just tuning in for the first time. the way I play the ace quality, the semi ace quality is, um, if he has the quality for the turn. So in this case, Wadey Hoyt does not have the does not have ace, so therefore the decider die was used for that, and maybe the next time he will get it, maybe he'll have ace um, um, on another batter. So with that being said, Starling Marte with a possibility of an RBI, and he does get an RBI. So it will be, so Starling Marte will be marked down for an RBI, and we're going to go to my RBI question mark and our micro RBI results optional narrative chart to see what the outcome of the RBI was. It'll be coming from a hit. So it will be, looking at my chart, it will be a single on the hit and sacrifice row, and the 21 Athletics now have tied the 1927 Yankees here in the second inning with the score tied up at 1 apiece as we head to the third. Here's Lou Gehrig to lead things off. 144 is Montas a struggler pitcher? No, he is not. Is Lou Gehrig a sad sack batter? He is not. So that's going to be a min on base result, -1 for black die of control. Montas has semi-control. The decider die says no, he does not have control, so that will remain having the runner on first, and it will be a 1-4. And looking at it, it's a drop third strike. So either way, the current pitcher Montas will get a strikeout, and we will roll we'll roll the decider die and look at the catcher on the A's, which is Sean Murphy. As you can see, he has a gold fielding rating, so there's no need to roll the decider. Well, there still is a meaning to roll the decider die. Or actually, no, I'm sorry. We don't need to roll the decider die, as it says for gold fielding, catcher was able to find the ball but hangs on to it to avoid the error. Batter is safe at first on a strikeout. So Lou Gehrig is 0 for 1 in that appearance. And we head to the men on base chart for Bob Musial. Reading the black and blue dice as such, with a 44, wild pitcher allows the walk. Montas is not a wild pitcher, so it'll become the result of a flyout. And that will end the top half of the third with the score tied up at 1 apiece. Here's Matt Olson, current, I believe, current Brave. I'm assuming, as of this video. Let's see what he can get. 334. Is Hoyt a star pitcher? No, he is not. Is Olson a utility batter? No, he is not. It's going to end up being a min on base result, -1 for black die of control. And of course, Wadey Hoyt does have control. So the min on base moves from a 2 black die 3 to a black die 2. And 3 is going to be a walk. And again, Wadey Hoyt gets called for a balk. That has Matt Olson advancing to where he is now on second. Here's Matt Chapman to roll off the men on base chart. 16. Good eye rolls again, and of course, in today's day and age, none of the batters don't have the good eye qualities. So no, it will become a strikeout to strand the runner at second for Matt Chapman. And that will end the third inning with the score deadlocked at 1 apiece. Top half of the fourth as we go to Ray Morehart facing Frank Montas. 4.55. There we go. 4.55. Is Montas a workman pitcher? No, he is not. Is Morehart a utility batter? He is not. And that's going to end up being a men on base, -1 for black die. If flash or control, Montas does have flash, and he has semi-control. The decider die says he does. Let me just double check. Workman, no. Utility, no. Yes, the decider die was not used. So we're that 5 reducing to a 2. Excuse me, will be reduced by 2. It'll become a 3. And again, not getting greedy. We'll play it safe and go for the runs the hard way, as we will place the runners at first and second. And we will roll the decider die to determine what Morehart got for his 2 plate appearances, either a back-to-back singles or back-to-back walks. Doesn't matter. Actually, you know, fair. Anyway, it'll be it is a dot. It'll be a back-to-back singles for Ray Morehart. Here's Joe Duggan. Roll on the men on base chart. Batting team harmony or pitching team dissonant? Well, it's the opposite. The pitching team is not dissonant, and the batting team is not harmonious. So it's going to be a ground out to end the top half of the fourth. With the score deadlocked at 1 apiece here at the Coliseum. Here's Jed Lowry to lead out the bottom of the fourth. 3.35. Is Hoyt a struggler pitcher? No, he is not. Is Lowry a champion batter? He is not. So that's going to end up being a no runs narrative result, a 3 dot. And that will end the bottom half of the fourth and retire the side here in the fourth. So with that being said, the score remains tied 1 apiece as we head to the 5th inning. Here's Montas's pitch to Benny Bengo. 1-1-3. See it. 1-3. And it's going to be, is Montas a struggler pitcher? No, he is not. Is Bengo a utility batter? No, he is not. And it's going to end up being an RBI question mark result. And it looks like the decider die says no RBI for Mr. Bengo. And it's going to end up being a no runs narrative result of 1 blank to end the top half of the 5th with the score deadlock at 1-1. Here is the current Tiger for this season, for the 2024 season, Mark Canha. 236. Is Wadey Hoyt a struggler or gilded pitcher? No, he is not. Is Mark Canha a sad sack batter? No, he is not. And it looks like that's going to be an RBI question mark. And the decider die says, you got the RBI, Mr. Canha. And the A's take a 2-1 lead here in the bottom half of the fifth. Now we're going to refer to my the RBI question mark chart. And since it was an RBI question mark, we will give, landing on a dot, we will give Canha the RBI, but let's determine how he got the RBI. Via a hit, and it looks like, looking at the 6, that is going to be a home run as Mark Canha puts the 2021 A's in front by a score of 2-1 in favor and move it within their favor. As we now head to the top of the 6th here at the stadium, here at the Coliseum, I should say, with the score, the 2021 Athletics 2 and the 1927 Yankees 1. And here's Cedric Durst to lead things off. 244. So you guys can see it. 244. Is Montas an ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Cedric Durst the utility batter? He is not. So that's going to be a men on base result, -1 for the black die. If Frankie has flash, he does have flash. So that's going to end up being going from a 2 to a runner on first with a 4. And again, that's going to be a drop third strike. And we know who the catcher for the A's is, and that is Sean Murphy, who has a gold fielding rating. It's going to be yet another strikeout, but he manages to hang on to the ball. And batter will be safe at first via a strikeout. Rare that you would see those in these days, but common to rare. I would say about, on a common to rare scale, I would say really half rare, half common. You would see catchers hang on to the ball or don't hang on to the ball and try to throw the runner out via a strikeout 2-3. But anyway, here's Earl Combs to roll off the men on base chart. Reading the black and blue dice as such with a 13. 13. Fresh or relief pitcher gets the pop out. Now, again, with freshness, I play it as 3 full fresh and 3 semi-fresh for both sides. Is Montas fresh? He is fresh according to the decider die, and that's going to end up being a pop out. So Montas is through 6 innings of work as the 1927 Yankees cannot catch a break here as they are being stymied. This is like the second time that they have been stymied to only 1 run within a series. That's the way the game plays. We head to the bottom half of the 6th, and Stephen Piscotty will lead things off for the 2021 A's. 356 is Wadey Hoyt a workman pitcher? No, he is not. Is Piscotty a champion batter? No, he is not. That's going to end up being a solo chance for a solo home run. He has the slugger result, but the decider die does semi-slugger result. The decider die says he does not. So that's going to end up being a no runs narrative result of 3 dot to end the 6th inning altogether for the Oakland A's here at the Coliseum. But they still lead the game. They still lead game 1 by a score of 2-1 as we head to the top half of the 7th. And more than likely than not, this will be Frankie Montas's last inning, pending if he gives up a run. 1-2-4. Is Montas an ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Mark Koenig a champion batter? No, he is not. So that's going to end up being a no runs result of 1 dot. And that's going to take us to the stretch here in game 1 with your score of the 2021 Athletics 2 and the 1927 Yankees 1. And let's see if the pen for the 1927 Yankees is getting active and loose. They are. So the question now is Wadey Hoyt going to be out of this game? He will be. And he won't. So the pen is active, and the Yankee manager has decided to keep Wadey Hoyt in the game for one more inning, and he faces off against the Oakland A's catcher, Sean Murphy. 116. 116 is going to be. Is Wadey Hoyt a struggler pitcher? No, he is not. Is Sean Murphy a utility batter? No, he is not. He is a utility batter. The decider die says, he is a full utility. I'm sorry. So it's going to end up being a no runs result with a chance for a solo home run. The black die is not a 6, unfortunately, and it will be a no runs narrative result of 1 dot, and that will end the top half of the bottom half of the 7th. The 2021 A's still lead this game by a score of 2-1, and Montas is going to possibly stay in this game. Let's see if the pen is active, just in case. They are not, so they're having faith in Frankie Montas to get through the top half of the 8th with a huge challenge to step that is right in front of him, 60 feet, 6 inches away in the batter's box with Babe Ruth. Bambino, Babe Ruth. 1-2-4. Is Montas an ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Babe a champion batter? He's a semi-champion, and the decider die says he is not a champion. So that is going to end up being a no-runs narrative result of 2 dot, and that will end the top half of the 8th, setting up for a potential save situation as Montas gets a pat on the back and a handshake from his teammates, and of course the handshake will come from his manager and says, "Job well done. We will take it from here," as Montas goes 8 innings and has a potential for the win if the Yankees don't come back in this ball game. And it looks like the Yankee pen, we said the Yankee pen was active, but let's see if Wadey Hoyt will be relieved or taken out of this game. Sorry. And he will be. So we will take a timeout as the 27 Yankees will make a pitching change and timeout. Joe Girard will be the new Yankee pitcher to come in to pitch here in the bottom half of the eighth as Wadey Hoyt goes 7 innings, gives up 2 runs, and stepping up to the plate is Elvis Andrews to lead it off. 3-5-6. Is Girard a workman? 3-5-6. Yeah. Is Girard a workman pitcher? No, he is not. Is Elvis Andrews a champion batter? He is not. And that's going to end up being a no runs result since Elvis Andrews does not have the home run king or slugger qualities. So it will be a 6 dot to end the 8th inning, and that will send us to the bullpen for the Athletics, as they will bring in their closer for a save situation, as we will take a timeout. Lou Trevino, the 2021 A's closer, will come into the game in a save situation with the score of 2-1 in favor of the 2021 A's, as Lou Gehrig stands in his way from getting the save in this game. 1-5-6. Is Trevino an ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Gehrig a sat sack batter? No, he is not. So that's going to end up being a men on base result with runners at the corners, since he has flash. The black die 5 is going to be reduced to a black die 4, and it's going to be on the men on base chart, my actual men on base narrative chart, of either 2 hits for a dot or C, multiple runners on base chart below for a blank. The decider die was not used, so we are going to be looking at Lou Gehrig getting 2 more hits in this game. And he would get a home run, and that will tie the game up at 2, so that will be a blown save. And a 4 with a double. And that's going to hand Lou Trevino a blown save here in this contest, and a no decision for Frankie Montas. And we now head to the men on base chart for Bob Musel. Reading black and blue with dice with 16. Good eye rolls again. Bob Musel is not a good eye, so that is going to end up being a strikeout to end the top half of the 9th, and the Oakland Athletics now have a chance to walk things off against Joe Girard, as neither starting pitcher is going to get the decision in this one. Your pitchers of record are the pitchers that you see on screen, as we head to the bottom half of the 9th for Josh Harrison. 1-2-4. Is Girard an ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Josh Harrison a champion batter? No, he is not. Buckle up, folks. We are heading to extras thanks to a no-run 2 dot result for Josh Harrison. And thanks to the home run by Lou Gehrig in the last inning, we have a score. We have a ball game, folks, as we head to extra innings for only the second time in this project, with the score deadlocked at 2-all here at the Coliseum. We head to the top of the 10th with Ray Morehart facing Lou Trevino, the closer for the 2021 A's. 136. Is Trevino an ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Morehart a hero batter? He is not. So that's going to end up being a no runs result. And since Ray Morehart does not have the home run king or slugger qualities to get him a chance at the solo home run, it will become a no runs narrative result of 1 blank to end the top half of the 10th. Here we go with Starling Marte to get at it to see if he can walk things off for the 2021 A's. 334. Is Gerard a star pitcher? No, he is not. Is Marte a utility batter? No, he is not. And that's going to end up being a min on base result, -1 for black die of control. And Gerard does have control, so that 3 will be reduced to a man on second. So the winning run, either way, is going to be on second base. And it will be a 2-3 under. Oh, and again, this time the balk is called on Joe Girard. So Marte walks, and Girard somehow balks as he was tossing getting ready to toss the ball. He stepped beyond that imaginary line. And that could be a huge call for the A's as they head to the men on base chart with the right guy up at the plate, and Matt Olson. Reading the black and blue dice as such with a 23. Eager grounds out. Matt Olson is not eager. That's going to be a base on balls. And that will be putting runners on second and first and second for Matt Chapman. $46 is. Do we have a reliever? Well, Girard is the reliever, so he would get a strikeout to end the Athletics' chances here in the 10th inning to win the game, as they have snuffed out a little rally. But that rally was all for naught as we head to the 11th inning with the score deadlocked at 2. And here is Joe Duggan against Lou Trevino. 156. Is Trevino an ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Duggan a sad sack batter? No, he is not. And it's going to end up being a men on base result, -1 for black die of flash. He does have flash, so it will become a no runs result of 5 . And that will give the Oakland A's another chance to win this ball game here in game 1 of this series. As we now head to the bottom half of the 11th, and Jed Lowry, I should say. Jed Lowry will step up to the plate against Joe Girard. 156. We ask, is Gerard a ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Jed Lowry a sad sack batter? No, he is not. So that's going to be a men on base result. -1 for Black Die of Flash. Gerard has Flash, so that black 6 will be reduced to runners on second and third with a 5-5. And the decider die was not used. Let me just double check. 156. Ace, no. Sense like no. So no, it was not used. So the multiple runners on base chart will end up being used here with a 1 for second and third. It's back-to-back walks. Actually, no. Let's make it interesting. Let's do. You know what? It's going to end up being. You know what? I think this is probably going to end up. This is probably going to end up winning the game for the Athletics here, as in one plate appearance, Jed Lowry will be getting 2 walks and a double and an RBI. So with that being said, your ball game has been won off of my optional men on base chart. What a coincidence. As the final score here in game 1 of this series, ending in controversy, your final score here in game 1 at the Coliseum in Oakland, the 2021 A's 3 and the 1927 Yankees 2.